Well, we have 4 or 5 more days till the first game, so the competition is still going. I don't think you ever make final decisions on a Saturday when the first game is the following Wednesday. So, but we have a lot of guys that are ready, a lot of guys that have competed hard, and we have a lot of depth if needed.
We've asked you about Bruce being able to play so many roles before, but as a coach during a game, like, how do you know when he's the best option for a specific role in a sub moment? Is it just like feeling the game out? How do you decide?
He's always going to be one of the best options defensively on a great player. You saw in the Cleveland game, he guarded Mitchell to start the game. Did a solid job, for a pretty good stretch of minutes to start the game. And he'll be guarding those kinds of guys. With Washington coming in here, they've got a lot of really good perimeter players as well. So he'll be always open for business with those guys. Offensively, Bruce is a playmaking two guard is the way I see him on our team. He's played a lot of different roles with other clubs because he's been in some situations with some unusual personnel, but we have him playing more of a conventional position here, which he appears very comfortable with.
Part of having him, like when he's on somebody like Mitchell, is Tyrese can be more off the ball, where he likes to read the game and do his stuff defensively. Do you like how that has sorted out with their dynamic on the defensive end so far?
Well, Ty was very much involved in the action last night. I mean, they were putting him in all kinds of off-ball actions and just trying to screen and run him around and beat him up, which is going to happen with great players. You want to make those guys work. So he had his hands full last night. But look, I think where we are, we understand that defense in the NBA in today's game is a lot about individually being able to take on a one-on-one challenge. In transition, you're going to be cross-matched a lot of the time, and you'll have to take a one-on-one challenge with a guy that doesn't play the position you normally guard. And that's the other part of the positionless element of today's game. So, short answer to your question, yes.
You talked earlier. You talked about having a lot of work to do between now and Wednesday. You just mentioned the idea of final decisions. I guess to what degree is it even important to make final decisions between now and Wednesday, or how comfortable are you with continuing to be fluid? Especially when it comes to second unit and beyond. Once you get into the season, do you feel, what do you feel like needs to get done, and what are you comfortable with continuing from a competition perspective?
Our training camp has been all about competition and fluidity, and so again, I don't feel like it makes sense to make absolute declarations.
Sure.
4 or 5 days before the first game. What we do know is that we're going to have to be a true team. We're going to have to use our depth as one of our competitive advantages. It's going to create situations where minutes at times are going to be inconsistent, and our guys are going to have to rise above those kinds of challenges. And talk to them about it before the game last night, and we'll continue to talk to them about it too, because it's gonna define who we are in so many ways.
You probably won't answer this, but you mentioned obviously being comfortable with Bruce on the on top assignments. Who are you second most comfortable with top assignments out of that group right now? Obviously last year you had Andrew and Aaron that you felt like you could trust.
Yeah, I mean,
second guy right now.
I mean, look, Bruce, Andrew, and Aaron are guys that are going to be in that top tier. But Ben Mathurin last night showed some real growth at the defensive end, and he really took the fight on some possessions and showed that he has the ability to sustain. So I would love for him to enter that mix. Talked to him today before practice about his growth defensively, and that he needed to continue to work hard on it to sustain it. And he's a guy that's continually talked about wanting those challenges. So that's exciting.
When you're coaching a team with the line of fluidity like you've talked about, what's important in your role of communication, emotional intelligence, like to making sure everybody knows what's expected of them and what they need to be doing if they're not playing, things like that?
Yeah, there's just a lot of interaction, a lot of communication. You know, not just with guys that are playing and whose minutes may vary a little bit, but you know, guys that aren't playing much. You know, like Jordan Nwora, I walked in with him, was on the elevator with him, and just, you know, told him every day, make sure you come in here and compete and be your personal best for the team. And you know, invariably there are going to be opportunities for guys like him that haven't played a ton in preseason, because he's a talented guy. And you know, similar conversations with Tice and many others. So yeah, you can talk about basketball being an X and O sport, but the human element is inescapable. It's always there, and you've got to have empathy and you've got to be truthful.
It's been good. You know, obviously, playing time's been a little limited, but it's been good, man. That's part of being on a deep team. Opportunities are going to come when they come. Just got to stay ready. But it's been good. Training camp's been good, highly competitive. Every day is, you know, we got 3 teams right now. Every day, you know, different teams are winning drills. So it's been good, man. And we're all pushing each other, and hopefully we can, as a team, take that step this year.
What have those conversations about playing time been like? You've been in with like a different unit every game, basically.
Man, not much talk about it. You know, just me being a pro, just being ready. You know, had a strong finish to the year last year. Now it's just, you know, I know I can go out there and play. When my name's called, I'll be ready to go play. But in the meantime, I'm going to stay in the gym, keep working, and just do what I've been doing. You know, I put a lot of work in this summer, and I'm sure at some point it's going to show.
Have you felt the weight loss changes in your game so far and what they've done for you?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, more of that will show with the more time that comes. But again, like I said, all I can do right now is control what I can control, work my butt off every day in the gym, and take it from there.
What have you thought of someone like Bruce who can do a little bit of everything, it seems like, no matter what group he's with?
You know, having him on the team has been great. Me and him go way back. We both went to the same prep school. You know, we got two world champions from Vermont Academy. But it's been great having him on the team. Brings a lot of energy, great guy. A lot of drainage, and he'll definitely help this team take the next step.
Did you guys know each other before?
Yeah.
Like
a while
tight,
back.
or just know each other?
Nah, that's my dog, man. That's my boy, yeah, for sure.
I want to go back to what you said about just the competition in general. I mean, like, what's just the total effect of it like when you've got 15 guys that are really going after it and all have a right to say they should play? I mean, how do you think that's elevating practice? You know, are they? And I guess it's some of the point to not talk to you guys about it too much, just let you play it out.
I think the players all know what it is. The coaches know what it is. Obviously, the season's just starting, and right now they're gonna put together lineups they think can be successful, and I'm sure a lot of stuff will switch throughout the start of the season. But like I said, it's been super competitive, man. Like every day, some guy might have a great day. So you know, it's been great, and like I said, like just having this depth, it just makes our team better. It's like, I mean, like you said, we got a lot of guys who can play, a lot of guys that deserve to be playing. So it's a good problem to have.
You talked a lot before about just the physical changes. I mean, like how do you feel like your game is better on the floor? What are the areas that you're like, man, I really feel like this took a step for me?
I think I've gone faster this year, and I think a lot of it is going to show up on the defensive end of the floor. I think a lot of it again comes with playing more and getting a feel for that stuff. So like I said, we're just gonna have to wait and see. And then offensively, haven't gotten a bunch of shots so far in the preseason, but again, that's not something I'm not worried about that side of the floor. Everybody has stretches where miss some shots, make some shots, but that's just part of playing basketball. It's not gonna be raining every day. So just for me, just locking on the defensive end because offense will come for me for sure.
One thing we were talking about at the end of last year with you was being impressed with how well you could create. Not just everybody knew you could shoot, but like what you could do with the ball in your hand. Dribbling, attacking, creating for others, all that kind of stuff. Where do you feel like you've taken another step with that?
I think, like I said, I spent a lot of time. That's another part of losing some weight, being able to move better. I think that now being put in some of those, pick and roll situations, I could, handle better, create for my teammates, create for myself. But again, it comes with, staying ready, being out on the court. So, like I said, just gonna keep grinding it out, man.
I think each preseason game for me has been different. I wouldn't say first two, I don't think I was that aggressive. Just trying to find my rhythm, where my shots are going to be. And then you see that more last game. I think that was my first game in my life where I didn't shoot a 2-point field goal, which is very different. But yeah, just trying to figure out the rhythm, where my shots are going to be, where my team's just trying to figure out where I can score the ball, what can I do. So, it's been different, but it'll be fun.
When you come in and you're told who to check in for, is it like, I need you to be a secondary guy, I need you to be a spacer? Like,
no, you just figure it out.
You just figure it out.
No, you just figure it out. And I know if I'm out there with TJ or Drew, they can run the one. I'm not too worried about that. And I think the guard positions are interchangeable. So if I have the ball in my hands, I can run the play. I know all the positions, so I'm fine.
How have things changed for you just being on the floor with Tyrese?
It's been cool. Very easy. Sort of like Nikola. He finds everybody, just throws the ball up, but he sees plays before they happen. And you can go up and talk to him. If he sees something, he'll let you know. So it's super easy.
I think, obviously you're used to that with Joker as well, but I know the one three I think you hit in the third game, he kind of took two guys into the middle around the foul line and dished it out to you. It seemed like you were surprised with how open you were, like how much he drew attention.
The zone play in the corner. I was surprised that I got it off that fast, to be honest with you, because I'm a slow release guy. But yeah, I didn't see it. I thought he was gonna pass it to Obi, and then and it's one more. But he passed it right to me. It was a great pass.
Has anyone ever talked to you about your shooting percentages in each corner being so different?
Yeah. I think my right corner is like 51, and the left is like 13.
Anybody guess?
No, I don't care. The previous years I shot 40 from both corners, so I'm not too worried about it.
We were told that the first play after that lob to Obi was a scripted play.
Yes.
Easy lob to throw with him cutting like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought I threw it too low, but it was actually perfect when I watched the video. I was just watching Strus and where he was, so if he was one step late, it was over.
What just the wide openness of playing with this lineup, basically. You knew that's what was supposed to be coming in, obviously, but what's it been like to actually?
Yeah, it's just been a lot more threes for me than I'm used to. Obviously, in my career, I probably shot 2 a game, 3 a game, probably most, 3, 4 a game most. But you said I've shot 5 the last 2, so I'm just getting used to it.